Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to Michigan International Speedways. We are getting ready for race number 15 of the 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season as we are live here from Michigan for the FireKeepers Casino 400 for a 22-lap event. On the front row, as you can tell, is the number 3 of Austin Dillon. Scores his second pole of 2016. On the outside is the number 78 of Martin Truex Jr. still looking for that first win of 2016. But then you jump back to row number 2. The 22, Joey Logano in the inside of row number 2 in third place, alongside the number 12 of Rookie of the Year contender Ryan Blaney. Now, last weekend at Pocono, you saw Kevin Harvick score his third win of 2016. Right now, only 3 drivers have officially clinched a spot in the chase. A lot of guys only have 1 win, but even more have no wins. Right now, that's 78. He had the 12 car Blaney. How about the number 10 of Regan Smith and the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr.? None of those guys have got a win this year. Will that first win come today? But to find out, as we're going to take it down trackside for your command.
Drivers, start your engines!
At the top of your screen, your starting grid will roll across the screen, and as you look at drivers leaving pit lane, we had only 43 cars show up, so nobody failed to qualify, meaning all drivers able to compete in this race. And we've seen some great racing throughout the weekend. We saw the truck race yesterday morning, saw the Xfinity race yesterday afternoon. Running at your top 5, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. One win here at Michigan. Then you got Regan Smith, who has a Xfinity win. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Carl Edwards, Eric Almirola, and the 24 of Chase Elliott. Brad Keselowski, he's been in most races so far this weekend, has yet to get a win. Will that first win of the weekend come here today? The number 21 of Chris Buescher, Trevor Bayne, Kyle Larson, Brian Vickers, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane, Brian Scott, and the 18 of Kyle Busch. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to point out that I have a little cold right now, but that might be why my commentary might not be the best today. It's early in the morning as I'm recording this, so I'd like to point that out as well. But Austin Dillon, Martin Truex Jr. make up your front row. Coming down to the green flag, Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney behind them. Coming down to the green flag, the FireKeepers Casino 400 is underway. Austin Dillon brings us down to the green flag, and we are underway here from Michigan. And they fan out 3 wide already as they come down into turn number 1. Dillon, Logano, Johnson on the inside lane. They may be first, second, and third as they come out of turn number 2. 3 wide again off the corner. You got Trevor Bayne on the inside. Kyle Larson in the middle. The 21 of Chris Buescher up top. As they head down into turn number 3. Regan Smith up the track. Here comes Edwards in the middle. Dale Jr. on the bottom. But it's Austin Dillon coming out of the turn number 4 with the lead in front of Logano and Truex, Blaney, and Johnson in top 5 at the line. As you saw Logano make a move for the lead back here, Denny Hamlin going after Paul Menard. Brian Vickers at the track. There's the 5 of Casey Kane working on the 21 of Chris Buescher in the mid-contact. And there goes the 27 of Menard around. He collects Casey Kane and Tony Stewart. Elliott Sadler, nowhere to go for the guys in the back with a big pile up. Kurt Busch started all the way back in 36th place. Matty Benedetto, Alex Bowman in the grass. Michael McDowell, Ryan Preece, Brett Moffitt, 32 Joey Gase. Austin Dillon was able to hang on to the lead. He is in the lead. Logano is second. Truex, Ryan Blaney, and the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. They are your top 5, but a lot of damage on Joey Gase, Elliott Sadler, Brett Moffitt, Michael McDowell, Tony Stewart, making his final Michigan start because, just like Pocono, Michigan lost a Cup date. Only one time will be racing here at Michigan in the Cup Series this season, and this will pretty much end Stewart's time at the Michigan International Speedway, as We were on the yellow for the first time today. Let's check out what happened. Alright, well, the race is going to happen, as you can tell, with the 27 of Paul Menard, and he's going to get help from the 11 of Denny Hamlin, who got turned by Kyle Busch, and nowhere to go for Chris Buescher. Casey Kane runs into the 27 of Menard, and then the 14 of Tony Stewart, Casey Mears, Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, Lanny Castle. Here comes Michael Annett, Ryan Preece, Moffitt. The guy who really, or almost missed it, was that 26 of Dakota Armstrong, but he ended up getting collected. I believe everybody back here got some sort of damage that was running outside the top 30, at least with all of the underfunded cars. Heavy damage on the 38 of Lanny Castle, Casey Mears, Paul Menard, Michael Annett, Ryan Preece. A lot of cars could be going to the garage, and as you saw, Dylan was able to hang on to the lead. Logano made a move to the inside, but unable to complete the pass. So Austin Dillon still leads here in Michigan. Welcome back to here in Michigan as we are going back green here on lap number 7 of 22. We'll have about a good 14 laps remaining, somewhere in there. And after that first caution that has taken out numerous of cars, here are the drivers out of the race. Joey Gates, Brett Moffitt, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Kurt Busch, Elliott Sadler, Tony Stewart, Lanny Castle, Matt Benedetto. They're all out of the race. Michael McDowell, 34th, 1 lap down. And Justin Allgaier, Paul Menard, Dakota Armstrong, and Michael Annett, a couple of cars who were involved in that yellow, they have also stayed on track, all on the lead lap. So as we are going to go back green, Austin Dillon leads, Logano, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, and Jimmy Johnson. As the field makes their way out of turn number 4, Austin Dillon, Joey Logano, and Martin Truex. Let's try this again and see if we can get a couple laps green. Coming down to the green flag, we are underway. Back here at Michigan, and pretty good jump there, but a 3 of Dillon. Ryan Blaney jumps to the line, but he'll be put in the middle by the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. To the inside comes the 48. That is a battle for third place on track. Dillon, Logano trying to pull away. Carl Edwards getting up in the mix on the back bumper. Ryan Blaney coming up through the middle. And Logano staying right on the back bumper, that number 3. And here comes the 22. Joey Logano on the inside for the race lead. Unable to complete the pass to Dillon. He'll try again down here in turn number 1. Blaney, Edwards, and now Johnson trying to get inside the top 5. And here comes the 22 Logano back to the inside for the lead. He may have something, but Dillon getting the momentum off the corner that will carry all the speed down the back straightaway for Austin Dillon. Now here, how about Ryan Blaney up here in that 12 car? He's never won a NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race, and he's up here trying to get a win at Michigan. Logano on the outside with this momentum that he'll get off turn number 4. Will that help him down the front straightaway on the 3 of Dillon? Then you have Martin Truex on the inside of Carl Edwards, Johnson Smith, Elliott, Kyle Larson, and the 2 of Keselowski. That is your current top 10. 9 laps to the FireKeepers Casino 400. And Logano still on the outside of Ryan Blaney. Austin Dillon scored his first career win at Talladega earlier this season. He's already won 2 poles this season in the Cup Series. And, he's up there inside the top 10 in points. This is a career year for the guy out of RCR, Austin Dillon. Currently leading Joey Logano and teammate Ryan Blaney. But then Carl Edwards and Truex side by side. You see the outside line. Blaney, Truex, Johnson. It's like a little draft. And old Truex is shot up the track with a 48 of Johnson. I think that could have even helped that 78 of Truex almost. He almost got around that 12 of Ryan Blaney. And here comes the push from the 48 of Johnson. Look at that push that 48 gives to 78. It sends that 78 a little bit further down into the corner than he wants to. And we have a battle for the lead. Here comes the 22 Logano. He may clear Dillon. He does. New leader 22 Joey Logano. And give a call to that guy in that 10 car, Regan Smith. A 1-year deal with Stewart Haas Racing. He has no idea what he'll be doing in 2017. He's up here inside the top 5. And now the 19 going after the 12 Ryan Blaney for 3rd place. We remain green, and we are just past the halfway point in the race. 11 laps down, 11 to go for leader Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Carl Edwards, and the 48 of Johnson, Truex, Smith, Elliott, Keselowski, and the 42 of Kyle Larson. Dale Jr., Trevor Bayne having a great run, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Scott, Matt Kenseth, and Denny Hamlin, Eric Almirola, Ryan Vickers, Casey Kane, and the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Biffle, Allmendinger, Boyer, Kyle Busch, Newman, McMurray, David Reagan, Chris Buescher, Menard, and Casey Mears. Top three now trying to break away from the pack. Logano, Dillon, and Blaney. Dillon stays in front of that number 2 Ryan Blaney, and now the momentum by Austin Dillon will that carry down the back straightaway on the back of that number 22 Logano. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson, 19 of Carl Edwards. That is now your top 5. Truex moves by the 10 of Regan Smith, and now bringing that 24 of Ricky Chase Elliott to the inside of that number 10. Great run right now by that number 29 of Brian Scott, driving for RCR this season, a 4th car. Right now running in 12th place, running very well inside the top 15, not far from cracking the top 10 in that number 29 car. Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Trevor Bayne, Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Brian Vickers, Stenhouse, and Casey Kane top 20. And battle for second place again. Here comes the 12 of Ryan Blaney, and he has a push from that 48 of Jimmy Johnson, pushing him down in the turn number 1, and that will give Blaney a whole head of momentum down here in turn 1. Johnson pushing Blaney faster than he wants to go into the corner. That'll help Blaney clear Austin Dillon for second place. Ryan Blaney, a win today would put him in the chase. His 2 teammates, Keselowski and Logano, they already have a win. Edwards and Truex now teaming up, get around that 48 of Johnson down the front. Straight away they go. Edwards will clear the 48. Now here comes that 78 of Truex on the bottom. Denny Hamlin now inside the top 10. Matt Kenseth in 11th. Trevor Bayne, Harvick. And we are we on the yellow? Yes, we are. We are back on the yellow. That 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. A lot of damage on the rear end of that number 88 Nationwide Chevrolet. And Jr., he needs to start getting some good finishes because he is just barely on the chase grid. He's 16th in points without a win. He needs something good to happen to him, and it's not going to happen today. We're on the yellow for the second time today at Michigan. Okay. Junior Nation's not going to be too fond of that number 29 of Brian Scott after this race, as rookie Scott turns the 88 of Junior into the outside wall, spins down into the corner. See Harvick, Almirola, Vickers all going by. And Brad Keselowski, something must have happened to that number 2 car. He was all the way back here outside the top 20, top 25 really. And oh, it looks like they caught the 95 of Michael McDowell. Oh yeah, he was stuck in behind that number 95 for a pretty good while. And he's now mired back in 24th place. So we are on the yellow. Logano, Blaney, Dillon, Edwards, and Truex. That is your top 5. Johnson, Elliott, Larson, Smith, and Denny Hamlin, your top 10. Now we're going to go a little bit further. Can the rookie Ryan Blaney score his first career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win today here at Michigan? He'll have 3 laps to get it done, to get around his teammate Joey Logano. And should Logano go to win today, he will become the fourth driver to officially clinch a spot in the 2016 playoffs, joining his teammate Brad Keselowski and the Stewart-Haas Racing teammates of Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. Logano, Blaney, Dillon, Edwards, and Truex. And you look at the top 5, 3 of them have not won this year. The 12 car has never even won a race in his career. The 19 and the 78. Then you have Johnson to win. But then you have Elliott, Larson. They've never won a race before. What can they do with 3 laps remaining? We're back underway. The top 2, the Penske Fords, get a great jump on the 3 of Austin Dillon. And here comes the inside move, the number 12 of Ryan Blaney on the inside of Joey Logano. Can Blaney clear Logano off turn number 2? Or can Logano get that momentum off the corner? That momentum will carry all the way down the back straightaway. Now Dillon trying to hang in front of that 19 of Carl Edwards. Logano packs it down in the turn number 3. Dillon up the track. Truex 3-1 almost in the corner. And as they come out of turn number 4, they remain side by side. Logano and Blaney. Here comes the 19 of Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards 3-1 for the lead on the bottom. Logano clears Blaney. That leaves the 19 on the inside for second place. Don't forget that outside line, and we are under yellow again. No, we're not. But we have the 13 and the 26 on pit road. Down in the turn number 3 to go. Dip now, lap 22, Logano, he wants to see that white flag. If that white flag flies, he knows this race will end under green right now. White flag is in the air. 1 lap around. Michigan remaining for the 22 of Joey Logano. Dillon trying to grab second away from Ryan Blaney. The 19, who does he help, or does he just go and make a lane for himself? Edward stays behind the 12 of Blaney. Down in the turn number 3 they go. John Hunter Nemechek and Daniel Suarez won the race yesterday in the Track and Xfinity race. But today, it'll be Joey Logano who will come into the final corner, and Logano wins at Michigan. A dominating fashion for Team Penske. Ryan Blaney, Logano 1-2 finish. Ryan Blaney's best career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series finish. Second in the Discount Tire Ford Fusion for Team Penske. Carl Edwards, Austin Dillon, and Martin Truex, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Regan Smith, your top 10. So here is your race winner, the number 22 of Joey Logano, his second win of the year. He won Phoenix earlier this year. They got him his first win of the year, and now this win will punch his ticket into the 2016 playoffs. So now four spots are officially filled on the chase grid. Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano. It's Stewart Haas Racing versus Team Penske right now. But next weekend, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will be hitting the road course in Infinity Raceway for the first of 2 road course races in 2016. So now, NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series will be racing at Canada next weekend. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the only series not racing on the road course next weekend, they'll be at Chicago Land Speedway. That is next weekend. Chicago, Canada, and Infineon. 3 different series. So, or 3 different tracks, I mean. So, we'll see you next weekend. Congrats to Logano on the win. On your screen, your results and points after today's race. We will see you next weekend. Congrats to Logano on win number 2 in 2016.